city, Boko is a major trading and commercial center. And so it qualifies on all the three grounds. And so I told my father that
Good morning once again. This is the newspaper review segment on Pan-African Television on the Good Morning Africa show with me, OHEMAA, AGYEKUM. I sit in for Kwame Owusu-Danso, Esquire. He's a bit indisposed, but duty calls, so I will get the job done in his stead. Good morning once again and again and again. Thank you so much for always choosing us to serve you doses of positivity and also bring you up to speed with matters arising. Now, this morning I have in the studio, the esteemed company of two formidable individuals. They are formidable in their own lane, right? The first is Dr. Robert Kuganap, and he represents the NDC this morning on the show. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very fine and happy to be here.
We are happy to have you.
Thank you so much.
Right. And my second guest is none other than the strong woman. She's always a strong woman among the men, fighting. Oh, he's fighting. And she is the person of Madam Roslyn Ayana. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
And I want to say thank you. She actually promised to bring me a copy of the Agyapadie document last week, and true to her word, this morning she just dipped her hand in her bag and said, "I brought." I was like, "Oh my God!" I was super happy. Yeah. And this is what I call the talk and do. You walk the talk.
Yeah.
It's not just about making vague promises. Good morning.
The butterfly effect.
The butterfly effect indeed. Good morning once again.
Good morning.
We'll be joined by Saka Salia later on the show from the NPP. But since you're here, let's just get started. Today we have several topics as usual that we are going to delve into. Let me share with our viewers so that you can also make your contributions on Facebook as you watch us live. Also on YouTube, we are live on there. Just put in your submissions and let's get the conversation going. Now, our first conversation borders on Rwanda's Kagame sworn in for fourth term after 99% election win, which is our African story. Also, arrest and prosecute Agyapadie document publishers. This coming from Owusu Bempa, who is a communications director in the New Patriotic Party. He tells this to the IGP. And we're also going to talk about Mahama's free level 100 policy, which stokes fire. These are the stories we're going to discuss. So our phone lines are on the screens. On WhatsApp, you can send a text message or a WhatsApp message on 0559919802, 0559919802. Bring in your submissions and let's get the conversations going. Now, let me start with Doc. Doc, now let's take a look at Africa. In Rwanda, the president has been sworn in again and he won the election with 99, the figures are 99.18% of the ballots. Now, activists are saying this is an overwhelming victory, and it actually indicates the lack of democracy in Rwanda. Just like my boss will say, what sayeth thou?
Yeah. Good morning to the people of Benduri, good morning to the people of the Upper East region, and good morning to all NDC followers. The article stopped short of telling us the processes leading to the 99% victory of Kagame. We would want to know the registration process, the election, the day of elections. Were there intimidations, were this and that? Who were those who were allowed to vote? Who were those who were disenfranchised? And so the articles stopped short. Democracy is not just the end of the process, electing somebody, but the processes that led to that election must be given to us to be able to make an informed decision on what happened in Kigali. Now, for democracy to prevail, there must be freedom and justice. And that is why Osajefo gave Ghana freedom. And he wanted to ensure that there's justice. Because if there's no freedom and there's no justice, there's no democracy. And so, and when we talk about freedom, what actually do we mean? We mean the ability for citizens to move around, do whatever they want to say, and then be held accountable and transparency in governments dealing with the people. That is what we mean by freedom. And justice, the rule of law, is critical. To what extent is justice prevailing in Rwanda? To what extent is freedom exercised in Rwanda? These are critical. And so to do a very good analysis of the results, these cardinal conditions need to be mentioned for us to be able to make an informed decision. However, I would say that given the results as it is, you would guess that dissent is not tolerated in Rwanda, because no matter what it is, to have a 99% election win, you can't get it anywhere in the world, apart from a country where some people's rights are being trampled upon. Because you can never agree totally to have 99%. That means that, I mean, people were just told what to do, and they did what they had to do, and even voting was compulsory.
Right.
Because if voting is not compulsory, just by a select few, you cannot get 99% of the votes. It's just impossible, because human beings as we are would not, for one reason or the other, would not want this or that leader, and they are normally substantial. In countries that we say there's some level of democracy, you see dissent, and you see dissent in the elections that happen. Another way we could have looked at this also would look at if we had the votes, the parliamentarians, coming from different political parties, what was the representation in parliament like, and what is Kigali's party, how many people were elected from his party.
And even with the opposition.
Yeah, and then the opposition, and then that can inform us, make decisions and make, intelligent debates as to what is happening in Rwanda. Given as it is, we know the history where they came from, and basically, autocratic leadership normally would emerge from such violent situations, because it is not easy to have almost close to 1 million people killed in political situation like it happened in Rwanda. And so autocratic leadership will usually emerge from such violent situations. However, autocratic leadership is not, there are instances where a good leader has to make autocratic decisions. And this is important where it has to do with situations that will ignite problems, that will a lot of good impact in their countries, in Singapore, Turkey, Malaysia, and they took decisions that generally benefited their country, for the good of the country. But normally, when you take such decisions, you revert back to Parliament for ratifications and things like that. And so, democracy, we have situations, particularly in Ghana. I mean, it's nice to bring things back home. We went to a democracy, an election, the MPP won. But the MPP won in an election where about 9 people paid the ultimate price. They lost their lives. I mean, what is democracy when people have to die for others to win? What is that democracy? And so democracy is, the way we see it, we have to interpret it according to the context. Situations, it is not just the elections that make a country democratic. What makes a country democratic is freedom and justice. Freedom and justice. When we talk about justice, we talk about trust in the judiciary. We talk about faith in the judiciary. We talk about the rule of law. And that anybody who sends his case to court will come out knowing that, yes, justice prevailed. And that is what we should be looking for in a democracy, freedom and justice.
Thank you very much, Doc. Let me move straight to Auntie Rosalind, but before that, let me introduce Saka Salia. Saka, good morning. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
How's it going?
Everything is okay.
How's the government?
Yeah, the government is doing well.
Very well. You're going to outline all the good things the government is doing.
Don't worry, I will do that.
Morning.
I will do
trust you. All right, Auntie Rosalind, please let me come to you now. So, activists have leveled several allegations against Kigami, the current president, and he's been sworn in recently as well. Now, they say that he rules in a climate, I just want to make this clear, he rules in a climate of fear, crushing any dissent with intimidation, arbitrary detentions, killings, and disappearances. What could be the political implication of this huge margin of win? Looking at the fact that one person has, I'm sure, just like any other elections, opportunity was given to other competent candidates to oppose him. But he won with 99.18%. What could be the political implications of this?
Good morning, Ghana. Good morning to Mr. Lanchamatin, wherever you are. My view, this is my view. For a country that has come out of a genocide, where 800,000 people, lives and more, were lost, for a country that is landlocked, a country that has a population of very traumatized people, experiences from war, a country that has 65% of its population being under 30 or just about 30. Kagame is the only one that they have known. Kagame is the one who is supposed to have brought them from all the killing fields. So getting 99% for me is nothing strange. Kagame has been touted by activists as a dictator. And I say he's a benevolent dictator. I say so because if you look at Rwanda today and you compare the citizenry, the life, education, health, and all that, or infrastructure, everything else put together, he has done a great job for the people. If for nothing at all, he has brought unity, he has brought hope, and that for me is very important. Most of the time when we speak of democracy, just because we feel somebody does not have discerning voices and the likes, I don't think Kagame is against positive dissent. It's the negatives. And why is it that it is always the fact that somebody is supposed to be doing a great job and a few voices are saying he's not doing well because we have not got a say? That is what happened to us, Ghana, as a country. We could have been maybe better off if Kwame Nkrumah had stayed. If people who had gotten this kind of Western influence hadn't come in to say that it was a one-party state and it was a dictatorship. You understand? I don't think what we are experiencing today as a country under President Nana Akufo-Addo is any different from, you know, what dictator is supposed to be. So with Kagame's win, I don't see anything wrong with it at all. I just see it as a people who are grateful for what the man has done. We tried it in the 60s to debunk all these tribal and religious, you know, sentiments, and we couldn't just hold on to it till now. Look at our body politics today. We are going the wrong way. We are still being tribalistic. Ethnicity is taking a hold on us. Religion is also there. And these are dangerous trends when it comes to democracy. So if you look at a man who has put himself forward, he has banned churches. He says, look, if you want to own a church, you have to go and be educated as to what to tell your congregation. It's very important. We have mushroomed churches around. They tell us anything. We spend our time in church from morning till evening, 7 times a week, and we expect that we will be good. We expect that we have jobs. We expect that life will be better for us. Who goes to those places to work? When you are in church, praying to Almighty God that we all pray to. You understand? So Kagame did well on that. Our Ghanaian students are going to Rwanda for law. You understand? Is that a terrible place to be? I don't think so. Even our countries do not give them, our own people, the opportunities to do law. They all travel to Rwanda and they come back as lawyers and we accept them. They write the law exams, they pass. That's all there is to it. If you're looking at education in Rwanda, for a man who dropped, you know, I think, was it French or something, to take on English, he's done well. Because he saw that English was more broader and all that. Do you know that by the time that this genocide had come, they had typewriters in Rwanda, the traditional language of Rwanda. They had typewriters. They were that advanced. So the Rwandan population is not just illiterate, so to speak. You understand? They had advanced in a certain way. So dictatorship? No, I don't think so. I think what he's doing is good for his country, and if they want him to continue, he should be allowed to continue. The only problem I have is he going to do it forever? Is he grooming other people? You understand? As it is now, what is the major problem in Africa? Corruption. And there's very low corruption in Rwanda. You don't get away with it. Those are some of the positive attributes of his governance structure. You look at other situations like the well-being of the Rwandan people. Rwanda happens to have the largest number of women in parliament. It just didn't come by chance. It's because he recognized the contributions of women and he made sure that he got them in there. And since then, Rwanda has gone on the path of progress. It just goes to tell our governments that it's also time to also bring in more women into our governance structure. So I will end by saying that the Rwandan people are the right people to decide for themselves who rules them. We don't want any Western puppets coming to tell them anything else. Because in their quest for what the Western trained or the Western puppet will come and tell them as good governance, will probably send them to where we are now, because we felt that good governance meant this, and we followed that path, and look at us. We're back to nothing. You get me? So it is the right of the Rwandan people to choose whom they want, and when they are fed up with Kagame, they will show him the door. Yeah, and my only prayer is that they will show him the door through the right channels and not through any violent means that will set them back to where they started off. It's very important. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Saka, what do you say it now?
OHEMAA. Let me say good morning to, first of all, the President of Ghana, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the next President of Ghana. And then let me say good morning to my sister and honorable, and to all, you know, viewers of Pan Africa TV. Yeah, with regard to Rwanda, I think it's tried knowledge that when it comes to human rights, Rwanda failed woefully. That is when it comes to upholding the rights of others. If you watch Rwanda very well, it's as if everything is quiet. It's because of the fear that the president put in them. It's as if there is peace, but beneath the facade, there's no peace. You know, when we're young, I mean, it's still the case. They say that peace is not the absence of war. So you can see that, you see, people are not happy with what is happening. It's just like in the 60s, like they are saying. I mean, under Kwame Nkrumah, one of our founders of this nation, we all saw what happened. We were living in culture of silence. Despite when you were talking, I kept quiet. We as Ghanaians, we as Ghanaians, nobody, even Madayana herself cannot deny that.
No, please, I'll deny it. I lived it. I had a chance.
Were you there in 1957?
Yes, I was born in 1957.
So you mean that you were there?
Yes. So you can't tell me what wasn't there.
Please carry on.
Yeah, so I'm saying that the culture of silence, the fear that some of these tyrannical leaders put in people can result in 90 or even 100% vote. I remember Mugabe when he was in power. Mugabe could have won elections over and over and over and over. And indeed, he did that. It is not so much about the love for him. It's about the fear for him. And he skew. Normally, these people skew the elections in their favor. They plan it in the bedroom. For instance, I mean, for the life of me, I don't think that there will be any democratic, you can call a democracy where somebody gets over 90% of the vote. Where somebody chooses who and who should contest him. In this case, that was the case. Because you asked a question at the beginning that, there are opponents to contest him and all. He chooses. For instance, if today, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo decides that, I will only allow Asan Ayaraga, Ekwadonko, and then one or two others to contest. But the NDCA, you don't qualify.
Does he have that power?
The electoral commission, whoever is even the electoral commissioners, are all under him.
Right.
They are puppets. You see, that is not to say that Rwanda haven't achieved much. They have achieved a lot in terms of development. And just like Kwame Nkrumah, despite everything that Kwame Nkrumah did, his human rights record, actually was negated some of the achievement. To the extent that even when he was overthrown, it was like there was a thunderous uproar everywhere. I mean, the market women and all those people. But in terms of raw development, it's so palpable. You know, we have seen all those things. They're like Gaddafi. Gaddafi was paying unemployment benefits. He was giving Libyans only and milk. But they did not have freedom. They did not have... freedom is everything. Some people will prefer freedom to some of these development. And then so when you do some of these things, disappearance, extrajudicial killing, fear, lack of dissent, as if you are the only person with, you know, intellect in the country, it will lead to some of these things. And they were saying that till when? I think that he himself has given himself a timeline. He said up to 2034 before he will stop. So if you have a leader that take over from 1994, when they had the genocide, about 800 people died, and the person carried up to, and we can see, unless maybe we don't want to tell the truth, to the extent that you look, the daughter is like a cabinet member. They are doing almost everything. Look, when we are talking about family and friends, he in Rwanda epitomizes that. And I don't think...
I don't think that this current government does...
Yeah, that's what you see. The current government, actually the president's daughter, is with the entertainment industry. But you see, that is not any position now. You can say that the wealth powers to control ministers. You understand what I'm saying?
But his cousin used to be the finance minister.
Oh, I mean,
he
himself, the cousin himself,
the nation's economy
was
and the country's finances.
Even when the party was in position, the cousin that you are talking about was a financier of the party. So this is not any person at all. That's his personal. No. But you see, this is not. It's not personal anything.
But if you decide to finance a party,
I'm saying that he was a member of the party. He was a senior leading member of the party, and was one of the sponsors of the party. He was also doing the grassroots work. We've seen him doing
it. That he was a family member.
Oh no, I know. But you see, if a family, just like Kufuor, for instance, Kufuor had a brother, Ado Kufuor, who was as staunch as Kufuor, and therefore, if you win the election, you cannot say that, oh, because you are my brother, I cannot give you position. Such people are deserving of those positions. But I'm talking about a daughter that you give like a cabinet position to, and then not only that, their word is
shooting yourself in the foot. Because it looks deserving. Like you said they are deserving, so that means the family members of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President are deserving. But you are saying that the president
not at all.
It's not deserving.
Not at all.
That's what you are
saying. Exactly so. Not at all. Because you see, I've given you the distinction. Or maybe if you don't understand, the listeners understand what I'm talking about.
They do understand.
So I don't have to force you. I don't have to force you to understand. But I'm saying that,
indeed,
you see, if you have a brother with the same political party, and then your rank within the party is almost equal, and then you win an election, you cannot say, and you appoint such a person, nobody can say, why did you appoint your brother? But when you go and take somebody who is not known but because of blood relation, so it has to do with the reason nepotism, you see. But I am saying all these things because if you look at Rwanda, like we said, those days he's really like those days of Kwame Nkrumah, and then the founding fathers who came, they did not know what democracy is. They think that they have suffered enough and therefore you cannot come and then challenge them. They subject everybody to their whims, and then their word is law. That's the reason why those PDS and those things, PDA, Protective Detective Acts, were enacted so that they don't need any court to come and pronounce it. They feel they are even higher than the court. Okay, you go 5 years. When the 5 years over, okay, add another 5 years. For flimsy reasons.
PDA was an act of parliament.
You see, flimsy reasons. An act of parliament
that
says that
parliament. It was
oh,
not just. No,
please.
People are listening to us.
Why?
People are listening
to us. Listen. When you are talking, I keep quiet.
But I have to correct you because someone might take it as a fact.
Nobody said that it was not an act of parliament.
PDA went to parliament.
That parliament itself
was a law.
That parliament decisions. You see, that was bad law. Everybody knows that. And it was influenced by Kwame Nkrumah. You get what I mean?
Just like e-levy is influenced.
No, I mean e-levy. We all know. See, let me go.
We'll go there. We're going to go there.
No, if you want us to go there, I can go there. Because look.
Let's
despite everything, we can be too emotive about e-levy and all those things. But e-levy to me still remains. And I'm saying e-levy is good law to me.
Yeah.
Because these are Bamia says he will cancel it. But it doesn't mean that to me it's a bad law. No, for me, I campaign for it to be promulgated. And I'm saying that look, a country where people don't like to pay taxes, where 90% of those who pay taxes are in Accra, you want to expand the tax net. And then e-levy takes care of that.
Rwanda.
You see, I can understand why people don't like taxes, even biblically. People don't like it.
Do you like it? Do you like taxes?
Of course, I mean nobody likes it. But you see, it is a necessary evil. Whether you see, when people say don't go and borrow, they are borrowing too much. Don't go and then take doses and don't put taxes on people. Why do you expect them to get the money to prosecute the development agenda? So sometimes you see, we can do the propaganda, but sometimes let's be a little bit nationalistic. So I'm saying that with Rwanda, the people have voted. So have they said? They said that the people have voted 90% for them. But I'm saying
99.
that 99.18%, which is so ridiculous. No matter what you do, if you think that you can do shenanigans, you can massage elections results and all those things. I mean, at the end of the day, you one day go out of power, and he cannot remain the president of Rwanda forever. Despite, I believe that he has done a lot, but you see, the negatives are beginning to outweigh the positives, and we don't he should even at least come closer a bit to giving the people freedom. Rwanda, real culture of silence. You see your fellow and you don't want to talk in a way that you might be suspicious of being an anti-government. Once you are an anti-government, once somebody whisper to the security or the president or the daughter or somebody else that you are an anti-government, you will disappear. You might not come and sit here and talk. When
it comes to exercising your franchise, I don't think people's names are written on the ballot sheets.
No, that one I'm saying that
OHEMAA voted for.
Clearly, you could see that it is not even about the fact that he is the only person they know. You see, when people get to know that you are even the only person they know, they want to feel change. They want to see. Let's vote for another person too and see what will happen. But you see, he remains there. I'm sure these results were cooked, and nobody can question it, even by disqualifying. I mean, how can even the second person? You know the mark the second person got, the percentage. The second person got 0.5%. And you call this democracy.
All right, Saka, thank you. Sorry to truncate, but let me read some messages from our viewers. This one says, good morning. Rwandan democracy is about developments, whilst Ghana's democracy is all about elections. This is the difference.
Big difference.
Good job to the female guest. I really like her suggestion, which is Auntie Roslyn Ayana. A quote from Bundase.
How can
Thank you, Oko. Let's do more messages. Good morning, Pan-African TV. In fact, Dr. Robert Lem has digested the issues professionally, unlike Saka, who thinks the government is doing well. Saka should give us a break. A bag of fertilizer in Binduri is 650 Ghana cedis. Kudos to Doctor. This one is Musa Samuel from Binduri. Let me do more.
Doctor, your people are praising you. So
all right, this one says, good morning, Madam Host. Please ask this MPP communicators. No, please ask. I'm not too sure. These MPP communicators think Ghanaians are fools. I want to ask this MPP man about Takoradi girls, Ghanaians who killed JB Ahmed. So I'm not sure. If you could put your message,
what is he talking about?
If you could put your message a bit clearly, we will read that for you
this is how they are.
and address Saka accordingly.
These are
They are talking about keep on keeping on.
Clear message. You see, but when it comes to attacking,
Keep on keeping on.
when it comes to attacking, they will attack you. But when they are asked to give message or to bring their point, then they are found wanting.
Just keep on keeping on.
All right, let's move on. This one said, Mr. MPP man, tell us, President Akufo-Addo, the family and friends government, man don't be brainwashed. Are you saying Akufo-Addo is a Democrat? This one is, John Aqua is asking this question. Alhaji Said says, good morning, OHEMAA. JM is one person I know. He will never lie to whoever, and all what he said about education he will deliver. Yeah, we're going to talk about the education part of his proposed policies. The so-called UP and MPP tradition always don't support any good person. Now look at what my Muslim brother is talking about, Rwanda.
Very true.
Is he there? Look at what my Muslim brother is talking about, Rwanda. Is he there?
Oh, no, ask them. Rosalind, ask Madam Rosalind whether she's there.
He continues to say that why jealous? Why jealous? Stop talking about Nkrumah and talk about our corrupt economy from youth presidents in Ashanti region. And here are some of the comments that are coming in from our viewers. You can also share your thoughts and submissions on 0559 919 802. Right, let's move on to our next topic for discussion.
Oh, OHEMAA, you will let us answer a few.
Yes, of the okay.
No, they won't go. It will be like.
Saka, do you have anything to say about any of these comments?
No, because I finished first. Okay, after the comments there, I think that because they are not here.
Well, there are lots coming in.
Yeah, I know that people will be attacking me. Yeah, I know that.
Why do you know people will be attacking
you? Oh yeah, when I come to Pan-African TV, I know.
Your prosecutors are against
the station Pan-African TV is for NDC. And therefore, when you come, they even say, "Oh, don't invite him again."
Who says?
Some of them, as if somebody have told them that this is an NDC station, and for that matter, when they come here, no, I know. I mean, I was with Pan-African TV from the very beginning, so I know that this is one of the most neutral stations. But you see, some people have that notion, and therefore, when you come and you say anything against the NDC or whatever, you are a subject of attack. and I have had this thing over and over. So I've grown a tough skin
all right,
to some of these things.
Let's read more messages. Good morning, Michael, watching you live from Binduri, the Upper East region. And Honorable, your people are really watching.
Yeah,
your people are really committed to
watching Pan-Africa.
Yeah, we really do appreciate good people of Binduri. I want to thank
our father and mentor. Atubiga for me. It's Atubiga.
For the good work he's Good morning, OHEMAA. Warm greetings to you and your panelists. I thought Saka has changed. He won't also keep quiet and learn up, but don't worry, your position awaits him in Napo. This one is coming from Digu, Kumbungu district. Saka, you have a lot of fans though.
Saka has.
Good morning to you and your panelists. President Akufo-Addo and Bawumia propagated against President Mahama that Guinea fowl flew to Burkina Faso, which they definitely knew that Guinea fowl has no capacity to fly, but did tarnish the image of President Mahama. Today, about 500 excavators are missing, and so on and so forth. This one from
Guinea fowls fly. Let me ask. The last I was listening to your mama, said Guinea fowl are not migrated birds.
We will come to that.
Yes,
Who told him that?
Saka made some
They are
statements.
migrated birds.
Saka made some statements. Saka made some statements about Kagame and what makes him a dictator. And I wanted to just say a few things. You said everybody is quiet, people are not happy and can't speak. Fast track to Ghana, we are quiet, we cannot speak. And people are asking, where are the people? Why aren't they speaking? And then, who says?
You can't go to Rwanda and talk.
Menasa Azuri ran away. Menasa Azuri ran away from this country. He ran away to South Africa. He ran away to South Africa.
Like the Abbey program. He said he didn't run away. He said his doctor advised him that he should go.
No, the first one was running away. No,
he didn't run away.
Okay, let's allow him make his point.
The government gave him protection.
Let's allow him make his point.
I said he ran away.
That's what you said, but he said
he ran away. It is in his book, The President That Ghana Never Got. It is in it. He ran away.
You read the book?
Yes, I read the book. I bought the book. I got an autographed copy of the book.
And
it's in my car. It's in my car right now. If you want a copy, I'll buy one for you.
Let your driver bring it.
Yes. When Nana Akufo-Addo decided in his Japan that they would get a northerner instead of Alan Chematin, didn't it happen? It happened.
In his Japan.
It is yes, in Japan. Didn't it happen? When at the last count, the NPP was counting that they were going to come for 32 years. You are talking about Kigali going up to 2034. You said 32 years. And based on that, Brian Achampon then says, I am not going to, we are going to win by whatever.
Based on what?
Look, based on these 32 years that you've got in your minds to rule this country, Brian Achampon then comes to say that Honorable Brian Achampon, then comes to say that by whatever means they will win this election.
Yeah.
And you think
lawful means.
There's nothing like lawful means. That is democracy. Democracy means that you can win. Isn't that what Kagame is doing? Isn't that what Kagame is doing? He's winning, and you are saying he's a dictator, and you want to continue on up to 2032. Is that democracy?
Who says 2032? Who said so?
Whatever you want to say. But all I'm saying is that if Kagame, if all the attributes you give Kagame as a dictator, it's the same with Nana Akufo-Addo.
Are you sure?
All right, so I mean, Auntie Rose has made her point. Do you have any?
Are people disappearing in Ghana?
Yes.
Anything to say?
Yes, people are disappearing.
The point is that
people are
there's
disappearing.
clear difference between Kagame and Nanado. Nanado is an astute Democrat.
For you to even think
somebody
about
who believes in
dictator,
democracy to the core, to the extent that he will allow democracy first and foremost. He is a human rights activist. Kagame is not. So why are you trying to? And then secondly, you are talking about the fact that some group of people, sat in a room and wrote some stupid book, and then you attribute that book to.
We'll come to whether or not that book is stupid. But
and then you are saying
that will lead us to our second topic. The Deputy Director of Communications for the MPP said, whoever published the Agyapadie document should be arrested and jailed.
Of course.
Now, this is the same document which purports to outline strategies that will put a certain family or clan in a dominant position in various sectors.
What the rest of us?
Doc, let me start with you. I think Auntie Rose and Saka needs to cool down. So while
you see, he was doing well until he wanted to bring the Kwame Nkrumah aspect of it.
Yes, we're going to talk about that.
So I was beginning to casual. But when you want to compare apples to oranges, then that is where it is. Nanado cannot compare himself to Kwame Nkrumah.
Let's hear from Doc concerning this Agyapadie document.
OHEMAA, I think the call by Usu Bempa, it's a good call, but it is being called by the wrong person. In the document, those who are mentioned can sue if they feel that they have been defamed, if they feel that they have been exposed to public ridicule.
True.
If they feel that they are going through emotional distress
They'll sue
through this
who?
publication, the publishers.
Who are the publishers?
Who knows?
Also, that you tell us.
No.
Look.
Okay, you talk.
It's like a letter allowed.
Those who have been mentioned in the document, they know the law. And moreover, they know the judges. They know the law and they know the judges. So who are you sitting by your small corner somewhere to suggest to them what to do? And so if they knew that there was some merit and that legally they could make some headway, they will go ahead and then sue the publisher and the authors. It is just a call that will go nowhere, because those who feel that they have been slandered know truly that they are the authors, and that there's no author anywhere than the Chebi family of Nana Addo. Everything in the document that they have been able to implement is there for everybody to see. And I would, and the whole Ochehin, his picture is there, front page. He knows the law. And moreover, he knows the judges. So what is holding him back? And we know that in Ghana, it's even better to know the judges than to know the law.
Yeah.
And if you are so close to the judges and you cannot take that decision, then what are you afraid of? You are afraid of the publishers? They are the authors, and they will end up suing themselves if they had to go, if they went to court, and that's why they don't want to go to court. Nobody can go to court on their behalf. They have to go to court and prove defamation.
Yeah, they should.
They should go to court. They go to court on flimsy excuses, even appealing to the Supreme Court when a case has been, thrown away, has no merit, and even non-legal people see that the case has no merit. You are proceeding to court to waste everybody's time and to sort of bring back, exposing yourself more to the fact that you deal with, you don't know the law, you only know judges. And that is what it is. For me, the call is very good, and the people should take it up. Those who feel maligned should take it up and go to court. And the court will prove to them, even no judge will do otherwise than point to them that they are the authors. They are the authors because we see things implemented on a daily basis. We see the attempt to hijack SNIT falling apart. We see what they have done to other people who are financially strong in this country. They brought them to their knees. And we see a finance officer, sorry, I'm using terminologies of the university. We see a finance minister, benefiting, and nobody will take the finance officer minister to court. What is that? What is that? Do you think that any other finance minister would have enjoyed this booty? And I'm sure that come January 7th, he will be, he has to go to court and face the music because he put Ghana into this huge debt just because he was benefiting. Not because Ghana needed the money they were borrowing. We didn't need the money that they were borrowing. Because when they came to power, they told us the money is here, the money is in Ghana. So why were they borrowing? They were borrowing because the finance minister would benefit
You go
from the borrowing.
Where I go, there's even a
And this is
So I should
criminal.
take this one.
This is
I
criminal.
said it's only mine.
That kind of stealing, naked robbery of Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana is in the Agyapadie book. And we want to say that this was authored by people different
Is it a book or pamphlet?
from the people who are benefiting from stealing, the exploitation, naked robbery of the country, Ghana. Just a few people, some mafia, destroying Ghana and making every other person penniless and poor. You see, when we talk about corruption, it's not just the money that people are taking, but it is the head of corruption on the ordinary Ghanaian. My good friend from Binduri just told you that a bag of fertilizer is 650 cedis. 650 cedis. Equivalent to the price of a bag of maize. This is unbelievable. And how do you get 650 cedis in the economy of Ghana today? Would you rather use that to feed, to buy a bag of maize, or buy fertilizer, sprinkle it on the ground, and hope that rain will fall on it? If rain doesn't fall on it, you don't get anything. What is that? What is that? And we know how the area has been dry for the past 2 weeks. No rain.
There's droughts, yeah.
There's drought. And so you would use fertilizer where you know that there is some system of irrigation, there's some water that will come, and the fertilizer will be useful. Your crops will benefit from the fertilizer you bought at that exorbitant price. This is the Ghana we have today. People are barely surviving. Barely surviving. Fertilizer. And now in the Upper East region, when we thought that we would bridge the Palgu Dam and get irrigation out of it, $11 million is nowhere to be found and no work done.
Who told you no work done? You finish.
Who told me no work done? People have gone there.
Oh, they didn't see anything.
They didn't see anything.
They don't have eyes.
Let me tell you, and I know that
They don't have eyes.
they don't have eyes. I know
they don't have eyes.
who are supposed to work there.
Please make a point.
Okay.
Saka.
Yeah, so that is the situation. We need irrigation. We need to hold this water to support the farmers, because farm inputs have become so exorbitant in price that nobody can afford. And we know that we are all, peasant farmers are the biggest. They constitute over 90% of farmers are peasant farmers, just cropping enough to feed the family, to get body and soul together, and whatever is left, then they sell it off to buy other things. This is a government that has increased the price of fertilizer to 650 cedis. And this is Oforiata Ken, who has benefited in trillions of Ghanaian cedis for just sitting down and pushing a pen, financial advisor. This is serious. And people like that, yes, thank God the document has been leaked, and if they don't defend the document now, they'll have no time to defend it, because this document will be used in court against them, and they would have to refund the money. Unfortunately, their naked stealing, their naked rape of the country has distorted lives, have destroyed lives, and those lives cannot be recovered.
All right, thank you, Doc. I'm going to come to you, Auntie Rose. I know you have a lot to say when it comes to this document.
I don't have anything to say.
You do. Just like any other forward-looking Ghanaian, this document, we can see, obviously, that it is more or less like a fulfilled prophecy. So it's just a prophecy, and we are seeing the reality of it. Saka,
Yes.
let's talk about the suggestion from
Yeah.
the Deputy Communications Director of your party.
First of all, let us clear this thing. I don't know why sometimes the NDCC, I think that we have to introduce certain things here.
Tell us.
And I'm suggesting to you that anytime you are coming here, you come with the Bible, you come with the Quran. If you are a Christian, you hold the Bible. And swear that whatever you will say here will be the truth.
forgot
and
one.
nothing but the
Schnapps.
truth.
No, but this is a platform for varied opinions.
No, especially
It's a platform for varied
yeah, I know, but say varied opinion mean varied
It's not
lives.
where justice is said.
No,
All
are you
these
saying?
things are done in the
But
court.
see, it doesn't mean.
I think the problem is
Please allow
and he went and took rights. He went and confiscated somebody's rights. And this is
My goodness.
What are you talking about?
So you are defending yourself that you will swear the Bible.
Thank you, Doc. No, but this is not a place to talk.
Before you talk, you will swear the Bible.
I would not swear the
But
Bible.
you know you will swear because you will lie. Me, I will swear.
Saka.
Me, if you bring the
I
Quran,
will swear
I will swear
because
before I
I'm
talk.
Shaka.
I will swear before I talk.
Yeah.
But you see, this is
let's swear the Quran.
Can you swear? Wait.
On any
Let him listen.
You see, I thought you would have said, oh yes, you would have welcomed it.
No, I'm not
So that you
hypocrite.
prove to people that whatever that you say here is the truth. But you see,
Let me tell you.
But it's his opinion.
Let me tell you, I'm a person.
no, you see, it is not about
I'm a
opinion.
person of integrity.
No.
It's not about swearing.
No. It is not about opinion. Because
Yeah.
there are certain
No,
things. There are certain things that you intentionally lie just for good.
What-
Like what John Mahama has been doing.
So address that directly.
You
Address
see,
that directly.
like what John Mahama has been doing.
Oh, come on.
And you look at the special prosecutor.
Doc, please let's
The person has gone through his brother. They have taken bribe. Then elections is
look,
approaching.
look,
Then you can say,
look at where he's going.
when you yourself have even
Tell me the
accepted
good
the
thing
fact
about Bawumia did
that
after
you
swearing
have
the
not
Quran.
gotten all the information.
Come on.
But you see, I'm
That's why he's
careful.
lying.
Tell me any good thing Bawumia did after swearing on the Quran.
You
Saka,
sit here.
address your truth telling
Tell him to
directly.
keep quiet. Let me finish.
No.
When you were talking, I didn't interrupt you.
Please let's
Leadership
allow
is supposed to be leadership
You
of
should,
example.
until you accept to swear the Bible, don't say anything now.
Oh, come on.
Doc, please
I
let's
was
allow-
swear the Bible.
let's
It
clear
was
it.
those who swore
Big Billy calls the Bible.
Thank you.
has not been used.
I am saying
Please,
that
let's-
next time I come here, I will come with the Bible.
All right, Doc. Let's hear him out.
So you
Whatever
have
he
what
has to
snaps.
say.
Bring Schnapps
You are
as
for the
well.
snaps, eh?
No, but you are.
Saka, please let's go straight
We have
into it. We
three.
don't have much
There's
time.
traditional religion.
Ken is the one who is always at
So is he
this gospel church, dressed in white, sitting on the
Thank you.
front pew, clapping his hands,
Thank
and
you,
yet
Doc.
he has stolen more money than any other person in the
Please let
religion.
Saka.
I'm telling you, he's
He has
always
done the
Saka,
seven,
come
and
with
he
your
knows
submission.
who stole what and what.
Please-
Do you
please
know how
come
much
with your
John Mahama stole?
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
No, we are talking about the punishment.
What is the proof?
Ask him to let me talk here.
Doc,
What is the proof that John Mahama has stolen your money?
Doc,
You
please.
remember the boxer? You remember the boxer
Doc,
data?
please.
Which
When
boxer?
he gave 75% of our boxer resources
come on.
to the brother,
The mother serpent of
and then he
corruption.
has to take the Supreme Court to revert it.
Can we
mother
not
serpent of
digress?
corruption.
Let's just go straight to
He's
the
nearer to you.
Doc, please.
Who is in
I'll give
Yankees
you
pocket?
time to rebut all
Don't
that.
give him
I'll
time,
give
give
you
him
a lot
Bible.
of time to rebut all that.
Don't give him time, give him Bible the
Please
next
make
time.
your points. Let's
You see,
move on.
when you talk about Kalugu multi-purpose dam, and then they have made it all over the place. $12 million. Look, you have there's a contract for the Kalugu dam, and then out of the contract, a little bit, about 12% of the contract sum was paid to those who are engaged in to pay to the contractors. And the contractors have
On the
started.
documentation is final payment.
No, you see, the final payment, I don't know. You see, the Auditor General, I don't know where they got that thing from. That final payment. This is just mobilization. And you see, the money given to them was 12% of the contract sum. And they have started, they even put structures. They have done, they are doing so many things. The pictures of the structures are there. That's the reason why he told me.
Pictures? Did you go
yes. Yeah, I'm telling
Have you gone there to see?
Yes. The pictures and everything are
No,
there.
not pictures. I'm saying you, physical.
I'm saying I've been there. The Parliament Dam, yes. And then, you see, the Parliamentary Select Committee were there.
Boy.
And that's the reason why I am saying that those hypocrites and liars who went there and said that nothing is done, there's mobilization, the contractor is doing the job and all those things.
But the point is that we were fed with images of that. The point is that
you see, there are two faces.
Standing on a bailout.
You see, there are two faces. You see, and then one face is hinged on the other.
Okay.
The first face has to finish.
Okay.
Before what they are doing also continues.
Okay.
The NDC people who are in the north, they know that.
Okay.
But they will come and sit here and then don't, I mean, you ask people
So
who are in the Palugut area whether the structures are there or not.
What is the state of the faces now? Has the first state been completed?
The first state, because of COVID, those people could not, even come.
But you said it's done.
No, I'm saying that the second phase, in anticipation that the first phase will finish, they had started theirs. Okay. But the first phase, we have the hydro aspect because it's a dam.
Yeah.
And then you see when the dam is constructed, then the hydro aspect also continues. Okay. So they cannot finish theirs when the first phase has not finished. Okay. But these NDC people, you see, they go to parliament and then
so you've made the point, you've educated us on everything. The progress of the Palugut Dam. Now let's come back to the subject.
Okay, the subject of the day. The subject of the day is, you see, let me. You see, people should look at this.
Please, if you can zoom in.
Look at this. How can any sane person, anybody with even myopic brain, go and sit down? Like I'm saying that. Like Osagifo Amwati of opinion. How is it possible that I want to write something, then I write a book, then I put my picture boldly on the book, and secondly, I go and start from the history of the ACHIAs and the Ashantis, and I say the wars that we fought and then we were not defeated. This is coming, or is a figment of somebody's imagination that have been put together. This is coming from the NDC and their propagandists. Because look, if you and I have some secret to deal with, do we have to, every minutest thing about whatever, we have to put it in a book?
It's a project.
It is the NDC, because this book, I know about this, and I started talking about this book on air. Go to Happy FM, me and then Amalaba. Okay. We've been debating from 2016 to 2020 up to now. Then when it's sue them, they go and they modernize the book. When something happened, then they will put it inside the book. When another thing happened, then they will put it inside the book and all. This book has different versions. Okay. And then you are telling me that if some people, because this book, first they said ACHIAA Mafia Boo, they're giving it different names. If something happened today and then it leaked, do you think I will continue to do it and then the same place where it was published? And this is not even a book. You see what they say, a book? This is just a pamphlet. This is people who just gather some this and go and then print and then bind it. It's a pamphlet. It's not even a book. And then because they think that Danis are so gullible, and whatever that they say, they will accept it, hook, line, and sinker. Then okay, let's put it out there. And Madam Ayana, that I respect so much. Then you go and print this thing.
Would you like a copy?
You go and print this thing.
Would you like a copy?
And put copies in your
I cannot read it.
And go around reading it. I mean, don't you feel ashamed?
Ashamed of
that
what?
this whole thing.
I'm ashamed to be a Ghanaian.
It's a shameful book.
This. I am ashamed.
It's a shameful book that no person worth his salt should give credibility to this book.
But people should know
this
better.
Nonsense, stupid book. You think that somebody from MPP will go and say that we want to dominate the financial aspect of Ghana. We will allow the Ashantis. I mean, how would anybody do this? And you think that this book will give people vote? I think that people. That's the reason why I wanted Honorable to swear with the Bible. That whether this book was not a fabrication from the NDC.
Fabrication from the NDC. Very funny indeed.
I was surprised.
I want to.
No.
There's no wonder.
You see.
Ghana to this.
I want the next time
from those tradition. That's so Ghana.
If you won't use the Bible, I will curse.
An example.
I am going to curse people.
Who saw
no.
Ghana.
You want to curse?
Yeah.
You want to curse?
I have a few messages.
No. Forget about the few messages. Let's finish first.
Okay.
Those who think.
You have a few minutes.
Those who think that this book, anybody who go around propagating this book. And saying that this is what MPP people went and sat and wrote, the curse of God is on you.
Curse will be on me first.
The curse of God is on you. But you see, we won't forget the next time I come here and if I meet any of you say you want snap. I will come with the Bible. You will swear before you talk.
Go and give that snap to Ochihini to swear that
you will swear before you talk.
Go and give that snap to Ochihini.
You are not running away from it.
Run away from what?
Is it not strange? Is it not strange that some of the content of this particular document is the reality we see today?
That's what I'm saying. When something happened, then they will go and then edit it and edit the old one. So it's like so they're adding on. So that's the report writing. Yes. And some of them are in newspaper analysis.
When was this book established?
This book 2015, 2016.
And we are in
I am saying
we
have those versions. Even when the NDC was in power, they wrote about this and I said that if MPP come to power, this is what they are. They
wrote where? Where did they write it?
They wrote it and call it ACHIAA and those things. Even before MPP assumed power.
And you have evidence that it was the NDC.
We have the evidence. I'm telling you that me on Happy FM, I used to almost on daily basis. Malabar will bring this stupid book. And then we would debate and
it's not a book.
It's a pamphlet. It's a pamphlet. This one doesn't even qualify. And we'll debate this book.
Please give
so every year, then they will revise it. Every year they will revise it. Then they will add. For instance, if Nana do appointment that they think that it fits what they wanted, then they will add it to the book. I have all those versions. I have about 3 different versions of this book.
Please send them to me.
And then people come on television and want to talk as if this is coming from.
So if that's the case, maybe when you're coming next week,
I will bring it and I will bring the Bible and the Quran.
We do a pamphlet review on here.
You cannot run away. Ask them to make sure that they come next week.
Newspaper review segment.
I would have been happy if you give those things to Bawumia.
No, I will give it to you.
So that he does continue to lie.
No. You know, Bawumia is lying because he swore on the Quran. And when you swear on the Quran, and you lie, you continue to lie.
It makes you
continue.
All right, let me address our viewers.
Allah doesn't like that.
Let me address our viewers.
Allah continue to let him lie.
You people are the case of whatever, so don't believe.
All right, so thank you so much. This is still the newspaper review segment of Good Morning Africa. I have some messages coming in. It says, Good morning, Pan-African TV. Please tell Saka that we are tired of their lies and that 7 December is just at the corner. Dr. Doolittle can never be president of Ghana. He was sworn in with the Quran but continues to lie to Ghanaians. Bawumia never again. This one says, Good morning, OHEMAA. You have a very nice morning show with many watching your program worldwide. Their constant aggressive and obstructive attacks towards other panelists must be checked. Why does always think he knows it all? Why does who always think he knows it all? All right. All right. This one says, Good morning, OHEMAA. We have a very nice one. Okay, we've done that. Ayon. Good morning, Pan-African TV. Good morning, Africa. I am an MPP supporter, but I'm not voting but I'm voting NDC.
Oh, you say NDC.
This time around, and my
Please vote for
my worry is about the tertiary academic fees, which we are going to very shortly. I also say that they will scrap that. I don't think it's a good idea to, because all freebies always have reversed effect. Okay, we're going to talk about that shortly, but let me give Auntie Rosalind Ayana the opportunity to talk about the Agyapadie story.
Yeah, I keep reading through this, and when Shatta sits here to tell me that it's a lie, I ask myself if maybe they know something that I don't. I think that this tells us a lot of things. It's come to pass. And therefore, no one can tell me that this is a lie. If nothing at all, the part that concerns my flag bearer is enough to let me know that this is not a lie. This is a well-calculated pamphlet, as Saka will call it, that has been drawn up to fleece this country of whatever we have for a particular family or clan. Like somebody reminded me, it has to do with Kibi and not ACHIAA as a whole. So I think this is the most difficult time for MPP communicators, because it's so difficult when you know the truth and you have to sit on air and lie, or to try to defend the indefensible. This is what is happening. The Agyapadie document is there for everybody to read. It's not just, look, I've had requests from America, from the UK for copies, and I have sent. I just want everybody to read.
To be sued.
Oh yeah, sue me. Sue. Please sue me.
It's a public. It's a public document.
People are calling you all over the world.
Yes,
for you to publish it for them.
No, for them.
No, this has already been published. She's making copies.
You just get it.
In fact, she rushed me a copy this morning.
Yes, I don't blame you.
Get your lawyers
when
with
you've
this.
packed all everywhere else with your kind of cronies and things, that's exactly what
get your lawyers with this.
Oh my, I don't have any lawyer. I'm a good enough lawyer for myself. I don't need any lawyer. No, I don't need any lawyer. I can speak for myself. So don't
people
even
all over the world are calling you.
When it
Saka, please let's allow her make her point.
For you to publish
I am
for them.
small fry.
No, let's.
I am small fry when it comes to the people who will hold you to what you have done in this document. I'm small fry, but I can assure you that whoever benefited from whatever transpired in this document should get ready to answer to the good people of Ghana come January 2025.
Good.
Because we cannot as a country sit back for people who actually threw bombs at our first president, accused him of dictatorship, accused him of all sorts of things, to come back and do the direct opposite. Whoever thought that a president coming out of the UGCC would be that president that will send Ghana to its knees, where we will go to the IMF and come back and still be so poor to the extent that we do not even know how much we owe anymore as a Ghanaian.
It's called COVID.
So that is it. COVID. We were the least people to have been affected by the COVID. We were. We were the least people
to
have been affected.
It's not about the mortality.
I'm just saying
mortality is different from the economic.
You enrich yourself from COVID. You enrich yourself from the dying Ghanaians, people that were fed uncooked rice in packages. How much did you charge us for that?
Common for giving rice.
Saka,
Face mask. How much did you charge us for that? And all that free. But did we not pay for it? Did we not pay for it through the nose? You think we are fools? We are still paying COVID levy.
But just like Canada, UK, and they
are
also paying.
You know what they got?
Levy.
Do you know how much when America was paying its citizens money? Did you pay us money?
We paid people money.
You paid which people money?
People?
Your own people
were
money.
giving money.
Everything that happened in this country.
Giving free water,
free electricity,
and all those things.
Eventually, we were.
But we have been taxed.
We were taxed.
No, but it was given to you at that time.
It was a lie.
But we are paying for it now.
No, but that is how governance is.
It's a lie.
That's how governance is.
And you see this whole
Alright, Saka, we'll come to you, but let's allow her to
this whole issue of this thing you call waferism, whereby you are giving free. At the end of it, making lazy people out of everybody, and they're coming to sit and expect us to pay for it. At the end of it, it's something that we don't want to countenance. We don't want to think about it.
So didn't give us.
You're talking about
we also paid for.
You're talking about what taxes?
Yes.
Who has given more tax reliefs to people who are not supposed to even benefit from those things than this government? Please don't. When we are talking, let's talk seriously about things that are affecting us as Ghanaians, and let's not do this partisanship thing. It's time you're talking about nationalism. What is nationalistic about destroying our water bodies. What is nationalistic about getting our environment to low levels?
Destroy it.
Yes. Galamsey. 365 companies are registered in this book. Apart from that, Sir John, I'm reading. No, these are things that are facts that are now coming out.
Sir John did what?
Okay, all the licenses he was given to all those supposed to be prospecting miners who ended up destroying our water bodies, our forest reserves. And you sit here and talk about nationalism. You are sitting here and you are selling ACHIAA forest, which is the only forest that we have. That will give us. Sir John, didn't he even take portions of that place for himself?
You said something. We are interrogating you. Then you are running away to a different thing.
No, Sir John, didn't he give people about 100 people? About 100
people what?
Prospecting licenses.
No,
he ended up
he doesn't
as a forestry minister. And they ended up going there to destroy our lands. Our river bodies haven't they been destroyed? Our river bodies.
Let me explain to Ghanaians. We educated people. Forestry Commission doesn't give lands, prospective
all the
lands.
excavators that were taken from those
they only give permit.
Who were the government?
Other agencies
who were prospecting for illegal mining.
You don't want Ghanaians to know the truth.
Saka, I think we should allow Auntie Rose to make her point.
No, but she's talking to me.
No, the interjections have
become
become
to me, not to you.
And she is addressing the issue.
She's addressing me.
But it doesn't mean you should respond. I'll give you the chance to.
And you're talking about nationalism and whatever. Who is a nationalist today? Who? When you're destroying the whole country. We're sitting here. Our educational system.
Don't please let Auntie Rose then.
Come on.
No,
I don't allow things to be said.
No, she is making her point. Just as you're entitled to, she is.
The free SHA people passed. Your mama said they cheated.
Please.
Now they've gone to university and they're getting first classes. And you say our
Saka, please, we'll give you the opportunity
right to say what I'm saying.
To lie,
and I'm not lying.
Consider right to lie.
I am not lying. I am
please.
Speaking on fact. When you have somebody who has finished senior high school and cannot even write you a complete sentence, then you tell me that what? Just because you go and pick them from everywhere. Who is this? It's you. It's you.
I don't understand why you.
You cannot even analyze it.
No, Saka, you don't have to directly combat whatever that she said. Let's give her the chance.
People have been given chance.
No, Saka,
to
please.
Why should it fail you?
Let's
allow her to land.
Who started free SHS in the north?
Auntie Rose, you can land. You can land.
How many people benefited?
How many people in Ghana?
We have one more topic to cover, so please let's land on this one.
Those people who went to those free SHS in Kwame Nkrumah's time, they are the doctors, the professors, the people who have trained. I don't know how many of your mass-produced people that
why don't you like the masses?
Double track, triple track. I don't know how many of them will be able to impact that type of knowledge that those people have. Mass production. Who likes mass production and cheap mass production, no quality? Who wants that?
All right. So your final words on that.
So my final words is that this Agyapadie document is real. Whatever they want to say, I don't know who wrote it, and whoever wrote it should come out and tell us where he got it from. But if there's a Nostradamus amongst us, I want to see, and whoever the seer is also who saw this and wrote it, fine. But for now, NPP cannot run away from it.
All right, that has been a very interesting show so far. My guests today are on it. So like it's heated up. Let me just put it that way. Let me not implicate myself. Now there are serious comments coming in. This one says.
People who build meaningful dams.
In fact, today's program is hot. The host should ask Saka to be quiet. Well, I've done my best. Right, unfortunately, Saka has consolidated his position as a stooge. I feel ashamed as a Northerner to have someone like you to be defending the MPP party when the real beneficiaries are in their hideouts. Okay. Madam Host, kindly call Saka to order. I've done my best. His needless interjections are making this discussion a nuisance, right? And we have gone past that. So let's move on to our final. Okay, this one says, good morning, OHEMAA. Why does Saka want to insult? Saka, you are the famous one today. You seem to be the black sheep today. He said insult the intelligence by denying and defending this Agyapadie document, of which its evidences are much glaring. Or should I believe that he is an indirect beneficiary? Question mark. He should just stop the noise and allow the woman to flow. Okay, I think we've gone past that. But due to time, let's just quickly move on to our next topic, which has to do with President Mahama and his tour. Yesterday, young people converged at the Bukom Boxing Arena to listen to some of the visions, the policies, and some of the things that President Mahama promises to do when he's elected. And among these gatherings, he noted that he was going to give level 100 students a free chance in the university and not to pay. I'm not too sure what it is that he's giving for free. Is it tuition? Is it accommodation? What exactly?
Nobody knows.
I mean, he has a representation here. He has a representation here. So we're going to talk about that. Let me start with you, Doc.
Okay.
Yes.
What His Excellency John Mahama said was lifting the financial burden a bit for freshers, people going to the university or tertiary institutions for the first time by paying facility user fees. And this is in the range of about 2,000 in most per student in most of the institutions.
2,000 Ghana cedis.
2,000 Ghana
He
cedis.
said through the loan.
Oh, listen. No,
So go on.
listen. You don't know. I know. You say you didn't know.
I know.
So
It's a
keep quiet.
trap. I trap you. I want you to lie so that I
Yeah.
come in.
And you, the loan is separate, and the loan is going to be an enhancement of what has been going on. Look, when we went to university, our batch was the first batch to be given the loan. I think it was 50 cedis or thereabout, and it was good enough for us to. Some people even bought televisions out of that amount. So I mean, and then they were able to buy books and things like that. So the loan system is a very excellent system, and what we are doing is going to sort of cushion the burden of freshers. Make sure that they register on time. If you go to universities now, when it is time for registration, a lot of the students report on campus and are not able to register. They are not able to register. And if you are not able to register, these facilities cannot be improved because the administrator, they need this money to be able to put in certain things to welcome students. So when you have an opportunity where this money will be paid in bulk to universities, then the universities are now able to plan. The universities can even take a loan, and the banks will be willing to give because they know that this money will come and will come in bulk. So facilities will be improved. Normally at the end of the year, you would see that academic year, most of the toilets and things are broken down, the classroom furniture broken down, even some books that need replacement quickly. Money it will be available for students to do this. Now, as you are aware, the NDC since time immemorial has talked about progressively free education. Education does not terminate in senior high school. The burden for parents, if you look at overall fees or cost in the universities, it's about 3,000 up to 5,000 in some tertiary institutions. 3,000 up to 5,000. What is the minimum wage and how much does a minimum fellow who is working in Ghana earn? It's less than 2,000 cedis. Education affords social mobility. With education, people who come from very deprived homes can also climb up the social ladder. And so government has a responsibility to ensure that those who cannot afford tertiary education are able to get this through some forms of subsidy. The free senior high secondary school, we say we review it, is good. But if you make it free and at the top you truncate by the high fees that people cannot pay, then what are you doing? What are you doing? And so what the government is trying, the NDC government will do, I believe most students who are going to school, or those in first year now, they know the burdens that this is going to uplift from them. Now, you would see what is lacking in Ghana, which I want to advocate in relation to this, is to ensure that our educational system, we talk a lot about technical competence. This engineer doing this, this lawyer doing this. What we fail is ethics and morality. And so we must, a lot of people will say, oh, the classes are not useful. We are doing this, we are doing this, classes are not useful. But in the classes that we learn right from wrong. In the classics that we learn what it means to be a good citizen, a responsible citizen. What we need now is not people to be swearing and not believe that what they are swearing. They don't believe in what they are swearing in. All right? You would have somebody who has gone to school, become a very good lawyer, and he thinks that he can go and tell his, a witness that go and say this thing, go and say this thing. Contacting somebody who is being prosecuted to say things to favor you. What law did you learn in school? Yes, you might have learned law, but you haven't learned ethics. You haven't learned morality. You haven't learned what it takes to stand for the truth. What is morally accepted in our society? What would enhance citizenship? This is what we are lacking in our country, Ghana. And so we can train all the politicians in political science, we can train all the engineers, but if they don't value moral judgment, moral development, ethics in their various professions, we will end up having a country that we are having. And so people go, the time will come when nobody should swear. The president should not swear, because Bawumia has made swearing a joke, because you can't swear and go and distribute rice that you have stolen from a poor importer. Unacceptable for even a religious event. You see, and morality is, when I talk about education, I talk about complete education, including the education of pastors. You see, the so-called men of God have preached the prosperity message to the young ones, and everybody thinks that I must make some money, either by fair or crook methods. And the pastors are happy. You are born to prosper, to be the head and not the tail. All these kind of funny statements gets our youth corrupt. Because that is not it. Yes, God has given you life, He gives you that life that you grow, that you prosper, but not prosper at all cost. So the pastors too must change their language when they are preaching, and all that is about ethical standards. It's about ensuring that you stand for justice, you stand for the truth. If this is lacking, our country cannot go anywhere. We can train the best lawyers, the best technicians, the best everything, but when we lack in moral development, which can be taught, you have to learn. Yeah? You have to learn. Yes, parents can also teach some level of morality. You have some to where you picked it from. Go and give it to the owner. Another one will say, don't take somebody's pen. You can keep this, but don't take another person's pen again. And another fellow will just close their eyes. And the child will continue pilfering from his class mates. And so we must up the game and ensure that African studies is there, we must add moral development, ethics, and make sure that every student who comes out, whatever engineer, computer engineer, or what, if you lack moral ethics, that is what would happen. You churn in wrong figures, put in wrong figures, and say this is the. Forget about swearing when the president is elected, because the swearing has done nothing. We have judges who swear that they would uphold and do good to all manner of people, and they don't do good to all manner of people. They do good to the people that they know. Imagine you are a good lawyer, you go to court, but you don't know the judge. And somebody knows the judge. He beats you to it just because he knows the judge. So a law student like Saka will not be learning the law. He will be learning how to know judges.
All right,
and we cannot go far.
Thank you for your submission. We are in the same school. All right, so
that's it, like Saka.
He's learning how to know the judge. I'm not. All right, answers.
I think we are beginning to lose track of the fact that we sometimes have to innovate some of these things that we do. If we had good governance, we wouldn't be looking for all manner of loan, freebies to give to students. For the Alliance for Revolutionary Change, vis-a-vis the movement for change, and our president-to-be, Alan Trematin, we believe that education is that crucial, and therefore we must start right from the beginning. Even though we are building new ones, there are still lots of places that do not have public schools. And even when they are there, they are not well equipped. Then you have teachers that are not well motivated. These are things that for us is very important and very crucial. The foundation of any educational system is the most important. Give the child a good foundation and the person continues with it. But having said that, given level 100 a freeway, it would be a good idea if only we have the money. But we are thinking, or I am of the view, that we should start to have more online courses. And this should cut across all the regions, all the districts. We must build some new libraries. We must have some more computer labs that would take in more students, so that students do not have to travel from everywhere around this country to come to the university. Students should be able to access tertiary education wherever they are. Maybe the beginning would be expensive, putting in all the infrastructure of building outside campuses, or maybe lecture halls, because there are some cases that you will need to be there. You cannot teach the sciences just by going onto the computer. You might need laboratories and the likes. So it will need a lot more funding to access education. We must look beyond the freebies. We must look at a situation where we can actually give them something that will be there for them without them having to hustle for it. So that if I come from Dwyer and Kwanta, my district has a place where I can go and get my education and everything. And that means educating more people to teach, to lecture, and all that. It takes time, but we must start from somewhere. We must start now to do those things. And for us in the Alliance, those are the things that we think should be done. That we should try as much as possible to give good governance, democratic good governance to the people of this country, And then look at our educational systems, look at our health systems, so that I don't have to come to Kolebu from Boko because I have a very bad situation, but I must be able to access that kind of health procedure in my locality. So these are things that I think as a country we might need one day to sit around a table and discuss, so that when it comes to the realities of what our people need, all of us will buy into it and then let it flow.
Thank you very much, Auntie Rose. Saka.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We end with you.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I think that, I mean, coming from the MPP, anything that will advance knowledge or that will ensure accessibility of students going to tertiary is something that we welcome. Especially after all, we expanded the frontiers of education for the masses, the broad masses of our team, of our youth, to the extent that it's the envy of some people that why should we, promote everybody to go and all that, we should leave some. But we decided that no, let's give them the opportunity to go to the next level. Therefore, if somebody is promising that he will give them some relief entering, there wouldn't be problem.
So there wouldn't be problem in terms of what you
they are
looking forward to the person coming to power.
No, listen, I'm saying that if anybody can promise that, including, Benamona Ko, Ekwadonko, Hassan Ayarega, and then your man, what's the name?
My man.
Yeah.
Is Honorable Alan Kojo Chiramate.
All of them, all those dreamers, with the exception of my brother Bernard, all those dreamers can promise anything.
Including John Mahama.
Including John Mahama, one of the big dreamer. You see? But you see, the problem with John Mahama's promise is that I see it as a Trojan horse. This guy is just hiding.
He's not a guy, please. He's a former president. Let's be civil.
I'm sorry, but you see, I'm saying this thing.
Don't say this guy. It's not nice.
Because of the people that we meet to discuss some of these things, they call Nana Akufo-Addo Mr. Akufo-Addo. They denigrate him, they call out their names.
No, leave it at that level.
Me, you see, it makes me also decide that, okay.
John Mahama used to be
let's leave it at that level.
Nana Akufo-Addo is the president.
No, let's leave it at that level between them.
Tamakule and Co.
But let's not
they
argue
call Mr. Akufo-Addo and
let's not argue on how to refer to them.
But when it comes to John Mahama, you say HE.
I'm saying here.
So you even say XS, XLS and all those things.
But you can address him.
Yes, I understand. I don't have to be like, because MPP we are not like the babies with sharp teeth and those people. You see, but I'm saying that when it comes to this promise, John Mahama is saying that he will pay for level 100. First of all, the problems have begun. Level 100. Those who are interested in tertiary education are not on level 100. You entered as level 200. Am I lying? So it means that you are out. And I'm not even perfect. He emphatically said level 100.
Yes.
Aha. It means that if you are level 200 and you are going in,
yes,
you are not part.
Not generalizing it to say new entrants, but
he didn't say new, they said level 100.
Yes, freshers.
Yeah, level 200 are also freshers. You know, see,
but I already have a bachelor's degree.
But you are level 200.
So if I want to attain another bachelor's degree, I go at links.
Exactly, but I am saying that.
So the idea is that for me, I can support myself
financially. So first of all, it's not his promise is not even every university student who is entering
he's made
the university.
Categorical.
It's not every university student who is entering the university. So a category of some entrance. Very good. Secondly, this is a person that does not even believe in those that he say he will give those things to. He says Omar Bon.
When did he say that?
He said they cannot pass on their own except that teachers help them. Because these are the free SHS graduates who are entering the level 100. And then this man says that, but for cheating, they would not have had the opportunity to even go to university.
The Wayik report.
No, I'm
Did
coming.
you read from the Wayik report?
We have always read from Wayik report. Wayik report in 2015, 2016. We have been reading it.
What did the report?
Those that they have problems with, they withheld they withheld their results. So it means that those they do, but John Mahama categorized everybody.
No.
Oh, don't say no. You see, and secondly, Okutono,
Okujeto.
oh no. Otukono has come out to say that the payment John Mahama is talking about is loan that they will pay to straight to the.
Talk about what he
Why he said that, because nobody understood what he said, and then your former general secretary is telling us that it is part of the loan. So
which loan?
The loan, the student loan. So when they pay for you, then when the loan comes, then they would then deduct it. That's what the explanation that came. And I'm saying that in all this, confusion, in all this confusion, John Mahama is not believable. His believability rate is very low. He will say A and deliver B. And I'm saying that especially when it comes to education, you should not even believe him. And I'm saying that all these things that he is peddling is just vote buying gimmick. Just to hoodwink the people, knowing very well that these are people who ordinarily vote for MPP. He just wants to tap in. Now you see, they are all over the place saying that, oh, we started free SHS. When indeed, it was some nebulous progressive thing that he did. That we were supposed to pay some 38 Ghana cedis to some selected day students. Even that one, they couldn't pay. It has to take the MPP to come and pay those things. So I'm saying that nobody should be deceived by this old John Mahama and his gimmick. That, oh, I will pay. You will not pay them. We know. Once they vote for him, you will say they should go to hell. Like what he told the nursing and teacher training trainees, that they should go to hell. And today he will go and stand there and try to hoodwink them.
Was that his exact words? That they should
go to hell. If somebody say that you can vote even if you don't vote, even I put my presidency on the line. It's like you should go to hell or go bend the sea.
That's what
the meaning.
Means. That's not
that's clearly the meaning.
How is it clearly the meaning?
Clearly the meaning. He said you can go to hell. To hell with you not voting. He said that to hell with you not voting for me.
Oh, come on.
That's the meaning. You see, but the last point I will make is that, you see,
I think if we are talking about going to hell, then President Nana Akufo-Addo has made certain utterances that can be equated to.
So it equated.
Like the people of Ekumfi and also the.
What did he say about Ekumfi?
The Mepe.
What did he say?
The incident at Mepe. He said they didn't vote for him.
Oh, but it was a joke. The Queen Mother came out to dispel some of this propaganda.
It wasn't it was recorded.
So you understood it more than the Queen Mother.
Okay, so you understand Mohammed's statements more than all of us.
Oh, so you understood it more than me?
No, I'm just asking you.
I'm also asking you.
I'm also asking you.
This is a person that this is the most corrupt Ghana's president in Ghana history. No matter what the OSP do, you see this OSP. I'll take him on. I'm telling you.
You will take.
Knowing very well that we are going to election. Martinami didn't do anything wrong. Martinami didn't do it, but Martinami do. Why would so you should also take him Martinami on when he nearly beat Professor Mills. When he resigned from the NDC and said that his ideology and that of the NDC is at variance.
But that's not where we are going.
Didn't he say that?
That's not where we are going.
Didn't he say that? No. You said I have problem with Martinami.
Look, every Ghanaian at this point knows that the most dishonorable
is John Mahama. How? Have you ever heard? You see, in terms of even rhetoric, have you ever heard Baumia insult anybody on the political platform?
So
John Mahama, do you know John Mahama's favorite pastime? His words that come out. Silly. He uses the word silly. He uses the word baloney. He says incendiary things all over the place. And you think that we should take our vote and give to such a person? Have you ever heard a decorous person like Bawumia use those words on a political platform before?
I mean,
John Mahama insulted Martin Amidu that he's silly.
Have you ever made any sense?
He insulted parliamentarians that they are baloney.
You see, as Ghanaians, this is how it's going to be.
Yeah, it will be so because it cannot be.
The butterfly.
It cannot be the butterfly.
All right, but
this kind of.
most of our
You
viewers
want to compare it
Kojo Chemate on that day, and we will not have this kind of.
all right, so Saka finalize on that.
Yeah, I mean, in finalizing, I would just say that you see, the Ghanaian people have a choice. For those Rodley and their people, they are not part of the equation. I don't even want to.
We are ahead of everything.
Ghanaians have a choice between the past and the present.
Between a liar.
Ghanaians have a choice between an honest person and a dishonest person in John Mahama. Ghanaians have a choice between somebody who thinks outside the box and somebody who thinks inside the box. And I'm telling you, the problems that confront us, the problem that confront us as a nation needs the person like Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who is by far a better thinker than John Dramani Mahama. So I am here to tell the Ghanaians that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is coming with fresh ideas. John Mahama is coming with a cocoa and kitchen, those nebulous and those mundane things should be in the past.
Okay, is the deal.
Okay, I'm going to give you the. I'm going to open the platform for final words, but let me read this interesting message from Ayon. Ayon says we shouldn't rejoice concerning the tertiary academic fees. They also say they will scrap. I don't think it's a good idea because all freebies always have reverse effect on the populace, especially we those not in offices. So why not rather support all sectors of productions with such monies to add onto the economy before students who may benefit from this temporary relief come out to stay at home again, like this current government is facing now. Please, a suggestion to the NDC panelists, to his authorities. This one's coming from Nazir in Tamale. Another viewer is saying that Saka, today your attacks are many. Saka doesn't deserve to be on TV.
I pity his clients in the future.
Sami is also saying Sami is saying Saka, stop the noise. Okay, it says good morning, OHEMAA. Saka is taking the viewers for fools. Senam from Kitikrache. Big shouts to you, Senam, and all the good people of Oti region. We are aware of how much you are involved in our conversations. Let me finally read this one. Good morning once again, OHEMAA. I support the call by Owusu Bempa to arrest the author or authors of the Agyapadie book. Or the Agyapadie pamphlet. Yeah, Saka says it's a pamphlet. All right, but I think it's just a mere call. I think we should first tackle the issues of the basic school infrastructure and TLRs, the issues of the free SHS before thinking about the free academic user fees for level 100 tertiary students. Kumbungu district. This one's coming from LCY. Now, your final words before we wrap up. Finally on the show.
Yeah, OHEMAA, thanks so much.
Doc, it will take just 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Yes. I just want to highlight how unserious Bawumia can be. Extremely a joker, for that matter. You see, Bawumia yesterday mentioned the fact that he is going to make driver license move it from 2 years to about
10 years.
To about 10 years.
He said he was going to extend the...
Yeah. Now, the simple thing is this. We are in a system. I have my license, which was in 2022. It was renewed for 6 years. 6 years it was renewed for. So when you make a statement as if all licenses issued are for 2 years, it is not the case. In any case, if you are in government today,
He's talking about 2 years one.
yeah, yes.
Saka, that's his final word, so please let's allow him.
I am telling you that the way he made it,
Those are his final words.
he made the point as if all licenses are issued for 2 years. And I'm saying that my license, I got it in 2022, don't make blanket statements without good reasons. In any case, if you think that issuing a license should go for 10 years, you are in government now. How many minutes does it take you to do that decision? But this must be subject to debate because of people's eyesight. You cannot give a license for 20 years because that duration, unless that fellow would have to be going for eye checks to ensure that he is able to see very well and can continue driving, because the ages are not the same. And when you're 40, 50 plus, you cannot go for 10 years. I mean, this is clear. And what is more dishonest than this? When you are in power, there are certain little things you can do. You don't wait to be voted for to do such a little thing. Because when you are voted for, you take major decisions that transforms the lives of a huge number of people. Drivers, license issuing for the first time, 2 years, you can just change that. If you think that that is what you want to do. But remember that when you make a policy statement, it must be subjected to debate, to fine-tune it. Because your word is not just law. Your word must be debated on to make sure that it is fine-tuned so that when it is implemented, it's acceptable, and then the little things that may make it ineffective will be removed so that the law becomes effective. And Bawumia, you can do this. Even 4 months or so is too long a period. You can quickly do this to alleviate whatever you think is the suffering for potential drivers.
All right, thank you, Doc. Saka, let me come to you.
Yeah.
Auntie Rose will close the curtains for us. Yes.
If Doc is talking about the most unserious person, then that is John Dramani Mahama. John Mahama has proven time and again that he's not serious and he should not be allowed to come near the presidency any longer. Why am I saying yes so? He's so desperate, and his inordinate desire just to come and finish his unfinished business. For instance, when the bauxite was taken away by the Supreme Court from the brother, it pained him to the extent that
These are his final words.
Yeah, these are my final words. Can you let me talk?
We are way behind time. Saka,
can you let me talk?
Saka, please.
When the bauxite was taken away by the Supreme Court, he vowed that if he comes back, if Ghanaians made that mistake and vote for him, he will give it back to the brother. Secondly, this is a person who goes around promising all manner of things. First of all, they said that they are going to do women bank.
Development bank.
I mean, already we have women bank in this country. It's not as if this is not any innovation. There is a women bank already in Ghana.
WWB is going, it's defunct.
you get a point. So
It's not working.
it's defunct.